Hey guys, welcome back. In our previous videos, we understood how we can insert data within Excel. Now, the most important part is how do you select that particular data? Now, whenever you enter any kind of data in Excel, you want to perform some operations on it. Either you want to format it, either you want to calculate any kind of formulas on it, like some as we did as of now in our previous video. So you want to do a lot of operations by selecting a particular data. Now there are various ways in which you can select the data. I will show you three ways in which you can do it. The first way is simple by using your mouse. So suppose I want to select this range. So what I'll do is I'll select the first cell from where I want to select that particular data. Yeah. And then what you need to do is you need to just hold your left button on your mouse and drag your cursor to the end of the data and leave it. So I'll do it again. So you need to go to the cell where you want to start the selection from and then hold your left click on your mouse and hold it till you move your cursor or your mouse pointer to the end of the data where you want to select it. Yeah, so I have selected the entire data. You can select a single column of data. You can select a single row of data. You can select an entire column by clicking on the header, that is the alphabet that are available to select a column. In order to select a row, you need to click on any of the numbers which are on the left hand side. This way you are selecting an entire row, whether it has the data or not. By clicking on the alphabets, you select the entire column, whether it has the data or not. If you want to select only the data, just click on the start of the data and drag it till the end of the data. Yeah. So by using mouse, you can select a particular data. Now, suppose I want to select intermittent data. Intermittent data, that means you want to select only Rajesh and Geeta. So what I have to do is I have to first go to the place where I want the first selection. So I go to Rajesh, then I hold Control and select Geeta. This way I'm selecting any data which is not continuous. Yeah, suppose I want to select, I'll just remove Control. I want to select 1, 3, and 4. So what I'll do is I'll go to 1 first, select the first one, press Control and move my mouse and select 3 and 4. This is how you can select non-continuous data as well. Pretty clear? So I'm selecting any data within the range. Okay, by using Control button on your keyboard. Okay, so this is how you select your data within Excel by using mouse. Second way of selecting data, but that will select the entire data, is press F5 on your keyboard. So if you go to the function key and press F5, it will open a window. Yeah. So you can see that we have an open window. This one. You need to click on the special button. Yeah. So I click on special. At the background, you'll find the data would be selected. Yeah. So I go to current region and I say OK. Yeah. It will select my current region. But since there is no data where my active cursor is, it has not selected any data. So what I need to do is I need to go somewhere on this region where I have the data. So I click on match as of now. You can click any cell where you have the data. So I click on match as of now and I go to my keyboard, say function F5. I need to press the F5 key to go to the, okay, you select match. Okay. Now I press the function F5 key on my keyboard. It opens this window. Now I go to special. I select current region and I say OK. You see the entire data has got selected. Okay. So this is the second method by which you can select your data. Let me open the on-screen keyboard as well. Now the most important thing where you can be productive is through keyboard, as I said always. So how do you do that? So first thing that we need to do to select a data within Excel with a keyboard is using Shift key. So suppose I want to select this entire data which is available, only the data, not the entire worksheet. So what I need to do is I need to first go to the cell where I have some data. So I go to this cell. Now I press Control and then press A. It will select the entire data. So if you want to select the region where you have the entire data and only the data, you press Control A. Now, if you want to select the entire worksheet, you again press Control A and the entire worksheet would be selected. Okay. Entire worksheet can be selected in another way as well. There is an arrow button. Let me show you that as well. So you have this arrow button in just the corner between the intersection of your column heading and the row headings. So if I select that, so suppose I select this, the entire sheet would be selected. Can you see this? So if I want to select an entire sheet, I just go here and select the arrow. Click on that arrow. Yeah. Coming back to our keyboard shortcuts, let me delete that. Okay. So coming back to our keyboard shortcuts, in order to select this particular data that is available in Excel, I first go to the data, any active cell where you have the data within that particular region, you press Control, press A, that will select the data. Now further, if you want to select the entire worksheet, you again press Control A, it will select the entire worksheet. Okay. Now suppose you want to select only the row of the entire data. Yeah. So how do you do that? I cannot just, this is pretty simple, but suppose you have 100 rows. How do you do that? 100 columns, sorry, 100 columns which you have to select of that particular row. So how do I do that? First, I need to go to the first cell. Then I press Shift, Control, and right arrow. If I am on the left hand side of the data, yeah, it selects my entire row. Suppose I am on the right hand side of the data. I'll press Shift, Control, and the left arrow. This will select the entire data towards the left. Yeah. Same way, if I want to, I am on the top of my data on the headings and I want to select all the data till the bottom. Now, usually I drag it down like this, but what could happen if I have so much data? Would I able to go selecting like this with using a mouse? It will take a lot and lot of time. That's why I said keyboard shortcuts are very important. So I'll keep my cursor on the heading. I press Shift, Control, and down arrow. This will select my entire data towards the down. Now suppose I am at the end of the data. So suppose you know how to go to the end of the data I have told earlier. So control down arrow, it will take me to the last row of the data where we have any kind of data. Now if I want to select all the data which is towards the up, yeah, so I'll say Shift, Control, up arrow. This will select the data towards the up. Yeah, same way. Now suppose I want to select this entire data. As I did earlier, it was Control A, but you can do in another way. I say Shift, Control right, and then again Shift, Control down. Yes, pretty simple. So this way you can select your data within Excel. If you want to select an entire row, as I said, you click on the number. If you want to select the entire column, you just click on E, whether irrespective whether you have the data or not. Okay. So I hope you understood the how you can perform selection of your data within Excel using your mouse and the keyboard shortcuts as well. And I would always prefer y'all people to use the keyboard shortcuts to maneuver your movement within the Excel. Always. And this is the stage where you can learn all these things. Yeah. And once you learn while you're practicing, it becomes a habit. So 90% of the time I do not touch mouse. I usually use my Excel, use my keyboard to move around data. You can see how I'm using my keyboard to select various data that is available or move around the data. Hope you understood how you can select data within the Excel. Hope you like this video. Do like it, share it across with your colleagues who want to learn Excel. Uh, do comment if you want to cover any of the topics which you would like to learn within this 365 days of Excel sessions. Yes, but do not forget to subscribe to my channel. That way you will get all my videos directly to your inbox. Thank you so much.